In this class, we'll be looking at calculation on physics that has to do with uniform accelerated motions. Uniform accelerated motion. The first question we are going to be taking now says a body accelerated uniformly from rest at the rate of 3 meters per second square for 8 seconds. Calculate the distance covered by the body during this acceleration. Here, we are required to find the distance covered like the previous class. In the previous class, the video I made the other time, you find out that, if you can still remember, you find out that in this case, it's just exactly the same thing. In this case, we are looking for what distance covered. And we are giving what? Acceleration, and then we have the time. The same method, we are going to use the same equation of motion that says that distance is equal to u t plus half a t squared. That is what we are going to use. Because it started from rest, it means that u, initial velocity, is also what? 0, is equal to 0. And acceleration, which is given to us, is what? 3 meters per second square. And our time is what? 8 seconds. Now, based on that, we are going to substitute these values in this our equation of motion. So, in this equation of motion, looking at that, you have the distance. This was the distance, and u is what? 0 times time, which is what? 8 seconds, plus half a which is acceleration, times time. So based on this now, we're going to be looking at this. 8 times 0 will give us, this one will go out. Now, the next one we have is at 3 times 8 times 8. And then all over what? All over 2. We cancel out, we have 4. Everything we have here, we multiply to 3 times 8 times 4. We will have 96 meters. That is what the distance is based on what we have here. So the next one we are going to be looking at is the second question. This second question has to do with what? Velocity time graph. But before we continue, I want to tell you, if today is your first time of joining us, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share, and make sure you watch the end of these videos, because there's always other videos that will be coming out at the end of this very video, so that it will help you to to be grounded in your studies. So let's quickly look at the second question here that says that a body moving with a uniform acceleration a has 2 points. The first point is 5:15, and the second point is what? 20:60 on velocity time graph of its motion. Calculate a, that is, we're going to find a, and the distance between the 2 points. We're going to be calculating also the distance between the 2 points. Since we're talking about equation of motion and velocity time graph, since we're looking at velocity time graph, let's see if we can make a little sketch of what we are asked to do. So based on that, let's just try to make a sketch of that. That is a graph that will look like this. We have our velocity here and our time in this place. T, V stands for the velocity. Now, what we have here, for the time, we have 5, the first point, and the second one, for the velocity, we have 15. Then, the other one we have, okay, perhaps we can also make, okay, 20, 25, 30, and so on. We just get it down to 60, and so on and so forth, so that we'll be able to get our work done. So here again we have 5, then we get to what? This one we have now 20, while the next one here in the velocity we have 60. This is 20 for the time and 60 for the velocity. Here we have 5 for the time and 15 for the velocity. Now, meaning that this is the acceleration itself. Since it accelerated uniformly, that means it's uniform acceleration that we have here. And then here we have the first point. This is the first point. The second point we have our second point that landed at what? 60. This is the second point. On this case, in this case now, what we're going to be doing here is, since we're asked to find the acceleration, to calculate the acceleration will be more like finding the gradient of this very graph. In that case, we're going to be doing acceleration A. The A will be 60 minus 20 all over, is that 60 minus, no, 60 minus 15 all over 20 minus 5. If we have that, that will be 60 minus 15, we have 45, 45, then 20 minus 5, we have 15. So if we divide through, we have 45 divided by 15. That will give us 3 meters per second square. That is our acceleration. The A in question, remember we are asked to find the A. Now this is the A in question we are looking for. Now what the next thing is the distance. Now to get the distance is just like finding the area of this. In this case, we have two triangles. We have two triangles here. The big one, I can call the big one what? Capital A, and the small one is what? Capital B. Now, since we are looking for the distance between the 2 points, that is the distance we have here. To get the distance now, what we're going to do now is we find the both areas. Let's take it the first one. If you look at this, you find out it look more like a triangle. And to find the area of a triangle, we know that it's always area of a triangle is always there. Of a triangle is always what? Half base times what? Height. This is our height in this case. Our height in the first triangle, the one I said is what? A, uppercase A or capital letter A. What we have there will be the height is what? Half base, which is 20 for that, times height, which is 60. So what we do here is that, okay, let's say 2 will cancel, 2 will have 10. What we have here will be what? 600 meters. That is what we have for the first distance covered. The first distance covered. Then the next one we have, in this case, well, the next one we have there will then be half times what? The height, which is, okay, base which is 5 times height, which is 15. So what we do again is that we have 15 times 25 divided by 2. We have what we have here will be equal to approximately 38 meters. So to find the distance between the 2 points, what we're going to be doing here now is to subtract the difference between this and that will give us what we are looking for. So what we have, it will be, let me see if I can clean it. Let's clean up some place. We have now I said distance between the 2 points 2 points will then be 600 minus 38. That will give us 600 minus 38. We have equal to 562 meter. That is the final answer. That is to say, this one between here and there is what 562 meters. Thank you so much for being part of the class, and we want to encourage you to subscribe if it's your first time of joining us. And then if you have any question, we encourage you also to leave it in the comment section so that we can always attend to you. Thank you.